Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment with Kat and Pat.
Hey, it's Kitty Cat.
And Patrick Owen Regan, the first of his name.
And this is Seek Treatment,
A
podcast about
boys, sex, fucking dating, love, and
dating and love. Pat.
Well, it's like, well, what do you want? What I'm saying here is
I just feel like you are literally mad at me because of my internet.
No, I'm doing exactly how you told me to do.
I know. I guess I'm mad at my internet.
I know, but I'm not mad at your internet. But I feel
like you're mad at me because we aren't connecting because of online.
No, I'm not mad at you at all. I'm just saying that, like, you have to understand how it is from my end. It's like literally, it's like you're in the middle of a sentence and then your sentence stops and it comes back and you think you've said the sentence, but you haven't. So what recourse do I have? But at first it was to tell you, and then you said that was too harsh, and you recommended that I gave a red pen, and so I'm just doing it. I'm here to help. Ultimately, I'm here to help. Okay,
you're right. I think red pen is the best way to go. I'm sorry that I snapped at you. It's early.
That was what I would call an outburst in the court.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of anger surrounding the situation.
Yeah,
that the world is in.
Wait, Catherine, can I give you a huge gift about that? That's completely normal and healthy.
Yeah, but it's like, so I had phone therapy yesterday, and I literally was looking at my phone, begging for it to finish. I was like, I thought it was over. It had been 3 minutes and 37 seconds. It is absolutely like pulling teeth right now to talk to my therapist. I'm like, nothing you can say can help me. And also for her to be like, it's okay. Like when she says, just sit with your feelings. I'm like, no.
Yeah. I had to
what's good about that?
I had to make the ultimate choice the other day, which was that because I have a 45-minute hour. We were doing Zoom, and I had to make the choice to say it was 40 minutes in, and I had to say, can we just end early? And he was
I ended after 30. I was like, 30 is so much.
I felt like crazy, like ending at 40, because that point it's like just do the last 5 minutes. But it was like but it was just not happening. I had nothing more to talk about. We literally were talking about Drag Race, and I was like, can we just end 5 minutes early? And he was like, if that's helpful to you. And I was like, it's obvious. I'd be like, what's helpful to me is if we never did this in the first place. So it'd be helpful to me if I never met you.
I was going off. I was like, I don't know what you could say right now that would make anything better. I don't feel like you ever give me advice that's helpful.
Oh my God.
I was like, I feel like I'm paying and I'm not getting anything.
You said that to her?
Yeah, she was like, that must be really frustrating.
Yeah, that's probably what she's trained to say.
Yeah, I was like, you're trained and this is your job. I was like, I don't feel bad making this an unpleasant experience for you because it's your work, and work is inherently unpleasant, except for this, which is a pure joy at all times of the day.
Thank you.
But that's why it's weird that we get paid zillions to do this.
I know, it's weird that we actually are the first self-made zillionaires. But
do you like that my hair's about to go natch on pod?
I do like that. I've never seen it.
I showered this morning, so now it's at the dry how it really wants to be for once.
One of my favorite things about a girl is when just out of shower, they just comb their hair. It's like they're actually in a long sleeve tee, sweatpants. Out of shower. I love that. You know who was that? Meg Stalter was that when we went to upstate. I was like, yeah.
She was so pure. Yeah.
I know. When it's that, you're pure. But wait.
I feel like you don't really know someone until you've seen them like with wet hair.
Just out of the shower. Wait, what's your experience around when you have to get dressed after the shower?
Amazing question. My first response is I don't do it a lot. Like I'll usually just like hang in towel or robe until I have to go somewhere, which isn't great for these times.
Yeah.
But I really hate being at all wet when I put my clothes on.
It's a terrible experience, but I actually do it a lot because I really need to get clothes on right when I get out of the shower. But Angela,
why is that?
Because of self-hatred. But
what are you hiding? What are you running from?
What are you running from? But Angela likes to stay naked for quite a while. For me,
I like to be naked as long as possible.
But I feel completely paralyzed. I'm certainly not going to send an email in the nude. So it's like
I send most of my emails in the nude.
Wow.
That being said, I think that's why like when I put on clothes, I'm like, okay, I literally like I'm running for office. Like,
yeah.
It can be so powerful.
If you put on jeans when you don't necessarily have to be wearing jeans, it's like you're literally owning a company at that point.
to get at this point I've gained 45 pounds, and I'm like, the idea of slurping my ass into a pair of denim right now, that
A
would be
pair
Nobel Peace Prize vibes.
a pair of denim. I wait, what was I going to say? Wait, is Zillion real, or did we just make that up to be quirky in the 90s?
At literally this point, there are people saying words like Giga Zen, like Giga
Yeah,
Zoo.
yeah.
Like there's like people are like, it's a Giga Bill. I'm like, okay. So I think yeah, honey, I think Zillion's real. If we're talking about Giga Zooms, okay? It's like Kylie Jenner is the first Goo Goo Gaga in the country for thinking about lipstick. I'm like, every cover of magazine with her is like the first girl to have lipstick.
Yeah.
Kylie
Oh my
Jenner.
gosh, is lip kit
What do you think
still
they're
out
up
there?
to?
The Kardashians? Oh my god, amazing question. This is going to really haunt production on so many reality shows.
But the thing about the Kardashians that they're basically always self-quarantined. Like they're literally only in their home.
I know, but crew. I'll
Oh, but
never,
cast and crew.
I'll never,
The production is so stellar on those shows that you don't realize there's a whole cast and crew there.
I'll never forget watching an interview with Kourtney Kardashian where they were asking her what her kids thought of being on the show. And she said, Mason, sometimes he likes it and sometimes he hates it. And he calls them the filmers. And he says, Mom, are the filmers coming today? And sometimes there's some seasons he really wants the filmers to come, and some where he says, I don't want the filmers to come.
That is so cute. That reminds me of when my mom first told me about the filmers.
Yeah, the filmers. Anyways, wait, you know what
I think it should be punishable by death to force your children to be on a reality show.
But it also should be punishable by death to not force your children to go on a reality show.
Oh,
If
to
they're
like not have
one,
them on the show.
Every once in a while, someone will come on and be like, my kids aren't on the show. I don't have my kids on the show. They're not on it.
Yeah. I found it.
That's like so dishonest of the kids to not come on the show and of the parents to not sign the permission slip.
I found it so interesting. Our guest yesterday, whose name I won't reveal because this is not coming out yet.
Yeah.
I found it so interesting that she had to ask like the guy she was newly seeing if he would be on the show. I was like, that's a whole other step.
That's a whole other step. And then often there'll be kids on the show, and the kids will be on the show when a divorce happens. Okay, the ex-partner will then, as kind of a way to get back at them, will say, fine, the kids can't be on the show. And then so then we lose the kids for a while. Oftentimes when the kid then turns 18, they come back to the show because that's when they can decide for themselves, I'm gonna be on the show.
That is such an important American rite of passage, to come back on your mother's reality show when the time is right. That is so beautiful.
When you can legally come back on your mother's reality show. When we were talking about therapy the other day.
Can you tell my pussy hurts?
I know, I couldn't. You seem so relaxed and zen. I'm shocked to hear that.
Yeah, I've been having near constant life-affirming, gorgeous, earth-shattering sex with my sex partner.
Yeah.
And yet this morning I woke up and I said, something's afoot.
So
Something's a puss.
What does it feel like? A kind of bruised situation because of sexualness?
It's all different. Like if I'm sore from like literally the hole being rammed, then yeah, it feels kind of like maybe a bruise or something, or maybe there's a little tear even.
I would imagine that's
right
satisfying.
Now, what I'm experiencing right now is just like a general like kind of like itchy buzz, like maybe it's getting yeasty, like it's sort of like an unspecified discomfort.
These are the kind of pains that are satisfying. Sharp or like sharp because at least you can really yell about it. You can be like, ow! Or bruise because it's kind of like I've been out in the world. Like I love
a bruise. Like a bruise, like I don't know where I got that.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say?
Wait, but the thing about sharp pain, it's so funny. This morning I had the thought, which was I wish I wasn't like this, but like I was getting into the shower and I hit my arm on the door and I was like, ow, which like it didn't hurt at all, but I performatively had to be like, ow.
Yeah, I'm actually
because I'm waiting for someone to just rescue me, I guess.
Angelo has a certain tendency to like if he sees a pimple on my back or something, he'll want to pop it. And so, once in a while he'll do that without asking, and it's not necessarily that it hurts so bad, but it's the surprise of it all that I kind of flip the fuck out. I'm like, ow! But just because it was like I wasn't expecting you to kind of pop my back pimple without even asking.
I think your response is completely reasonable, and I don't think you should pop your back pimple without asking. I also don't like I think another thing that girls, and I'll talk about girls, and that's guys and girls, of course. The thing about girls is that often they'll be like, I actually love popping pimples.
That's Angelo.
Gross. I'm like, okay. You know, I've been watching a lot of Love Island, and there was a really juicy fight last night where Terry got mad at Malin because he was sitting down to have his midnight snack, and she started cutting it up and like giving pieces to everyone. He was like,
Yeah.
"That's my snack," and everyone on the show was joking like, "Why are they fighting about something so trivial?" And I was like, actually, like, I get where he's coming from. Like, if you make a snack, you're hungry, and you sit down to have it alone. If my sex partner tried to feed my cheese toasty to a random friend, I'd be like, get fucked.
Yeah, totally. Wait, can I
Get
tell you,
fucked.
can I bring up a situation? This is that show. Remember that show on ABC called What Would
That
You
looks really
Do?
cute.
Yeah, I always love that. I always love that kind of thing. But now, um, wait. Remember the show on ABC that was What Would You Do? And it was like they put people in like ethically ambiguous situations and did hidden camera and saw like how they reacted. It
No,
was,
what were the situations?
like one example would be like it was a woman trying to get in her car and drive, but she had like a breathalyzer that she couldn't pass because she was court mandated. She was trying to get a stranger. She had some excuse why she had to drive somewhere, and she's like, "Please, can you just like breathe into this?" And so it would say like if you could do it or not, and then but then they would like add a kid into the mix, or there would be like a toddler being unwashed at the playground, and like their parents were being distracted. And it's like, do you say something? And they would do hidden camera to see about the human psyche. And I think it's still on, but it's on like ABC News now or something, or maybe it was never on
I
NBC.
would I
It
would
might-
really, really hate to be on a hidden camera show because I'm a bitch.
Yeah, me too. I would
And I
never be
don't
on
care
it.
about the rules, and I'm bad.
If someone pranked me for a show, I'd be like, this was so annoying. This was such a waste of my time. This was a part of my day I'll never get back. Like Ashton Kutcher, maybe you
I would
need
say if Ashton Kutcher himself went down on me,
as a
I'd be
joke.
like, as a joke.
To
I'd be
punch
like,
it.
joke's on you, Ashton. This sucks.
Now listen. So I think that might have been on CBS, not ABC, now that I think about it. But what I'll say is, as a what would you do?
Thank you for correcting.
The reason I explained that, oh, it's because I want to give you a what would you do. Wait, not even that. It's just a hypothetical situation that didn't really happen to me, but really happened to my friend. And I think the friend who told me about it might have been telling you about it at the same time. Okay, what if like you're artists like how we are, and there's, you know how when you're artists like how we are, there's always like most people are poor, then one person like is really rich. You know what I mean? So what if
Yeah.
you're at a party, the rich person has ordered like
Oh my God.
food, like Chinese, but just for them at the party. And what if one of the poor people like takes one, and the rich one's like, "Oh, you can, and people have to pay me," and like freaks out. It's like a $20 Chinese platter.
Well, is there enough food for more than one person?
I'm sure.
I think asking people to pay you for food that you ordered is always
I think
ridiculous.
at that point you actually have to just say, at that point you actually just have to say, I just want it all for myself, which is totally reasonable.
No, I think here's the other thing. I think if you're at a party,
You're at a party,
you're so
just
hungry that you
listening.
can't
Yeah.
like go home and like or like
Yeah.
come back. Like if you
Yeah.
can't bear to share, if you're like hunkered down with a
I
platter
know.
because you can't breathe.
I know. Do you know the parties involved that I'm talking about? You were there
I
when
know
the person
exactly. You explained the situation to me in a weird way.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I act like I'm a millionaire, and so I would just order. If I was at a party, what I would do is just order a lot extra, and that way, if I wanted a lot, I wouldn't feel bad eating a lot.
Totally. Wait, I have something else to
And
say.
I give the poppers little bits.
Wait, you what? Oh, funny.
Funny.
Wait, what was I saying about food? About
How
ordering?
big my H is getting.
Wait, it was something about ordering food. Oh, when we were in college, we would sophomore year, all the sophomores and juniors, boys and girls on the team lived on the same floor. It was absolute heaven, funnest year of my life. And we had this we'd have these kind of, sometimes we'd have like big dinners or parties or whatever on the floor, and everyone would like give in a certain amount of money, and someone would like buy all the food. And there was one girl who would always be like, I'm not gonna give in the money because I will just make my own food. And we'd be like, okay, that's like, okay, if that's what you want to do that. So she would do that, and she would come in when we were having a party and like eat some of it, and then she'd be like, she would have like some, and then she'd be like, I only had like this much, so I'll like give you like this much. And I'm like, we had to buy like all this for the party, so it's like you can either kind of be in it or not, and it's like
Maybe
it
this
was
is dumb to
really
say, but it's like
frustrating.
just people being cheap like that is just really repug to me.
I know. Well, it's like I hope we're not being but
We're probably being problematic, but whatever. In college, I briefly dated this Orthodox Jew, and he loved saying like he would abbreviate repugnant. He and his friends would say repug instead of
okay,
repugnant.
they were absolutely homosexual men towards you. If you're
And
saying
so we always said that's repug.
that's really funny, but if you're walking around campus as a male saying repug, you are going to go ahead and be sleeping with other men.
He was sleeping with me ultimately.
Yeah, well, and who else? You know, you sleep with everyone your
We
partner
have one of
sleeps
those.
with.
Ew.
Remember that?
That's not true.
I know, but that's what they
No.
say. You know, when you have
We have one of those
when you have a sex partner, all of their sex partners become your sex partner.
We had one of those exquisite like end of senior year flings where it's like literally the last, I'm gonna go ahead and say like last 2 months only of college, when
Yeah.
everything is like so
But
intense
for
and it's
me,
just like so beautiful. And like you have a swell of new affection, and at the end of your college career is like exquisite. And I am sitting here during this crisis and I'm feeling for those girls out there. I feel so sad for college students who don't get that swell of magnolia tree air
yeah.
and new love.
That's my that's my younger brother and my younger cousin. And of course the moms of those college seniors are all over Facebook my mom texted me a petition to sign requesting the president of Fordham University to do one postponed senior week where the seniors can finally get the send off
They
that
definitely
they
should get a send
need.
off. They're paying literally
I've been
millions to be
but for
drunk in your
yeah.
library. And they should get to do that in your library, not at home with your parents.
Well, you know what? When I was in college, most of my friends were the grade above me, and so
Brag.
my senior year like wasn't very fun. I had like 2 close friends still there, and then everyone else was kind of like, I was like, I can take you or leave you. So like
I had a really similar thing where my grade wasn't very good, but above and below was incredible.
mhm. My grade was fine. The grade above me was just better, and like I just happened to be closer. Like Keith and Mo, they were a grade above.
My best girl from all of call, we were same grade, and we were literally inseparable. People would be like, Catherine Rebecca, Catherine Rebecca, Catherine Rebecca, like we're Catherine Rebecca, Catherine Rebecca. Like we
Yeah.
we literally dressed the same, we would eat the same, like we were lit. Job in class today. Where did I cut off?
You dress the same, you eat the same.
Yeah, and I was saying we would act like we were in a relationship. Like she would literally leave me like little cupcakes, being like, "Amazing job in your show," and like all
Oh
this
my
sweet
god.
stuff.
I liked it until I got to that, because that feels fake as fuck.
No,
That feels fake as
it
fuck.
wasn't fake. And like when I was sick, she would like pat my head, and like we were just like so obsessed.
That's beautiful.
But you know what happened?
What?
Boys.
Boys always wanted
We
to
remained
kiss
friends,
me.
but once we got boyfriends, it wasn't the same.
Yeah. Wait, you know what I did? I ordered
What?
I've committed to
Be honest.
I've committed to reading Agatha Christie's entire catalog in order of
I
publication.
think that's incredible.
Yeah, I've read a whole bunch of them out of order, but now I'm starting. I mean, she was so prolific, and they're so fun. They are so fun, and
I've never even read
I'm
one.
starting. Oh, start with and then there were none.
Do you think
one
I would
was
like that? I never
heavenly.
read books that are like, ooh. I read books that are like,
I know, but it's so fun. What I do is I read a book that's like I read like a couple like, and then as a special treat everyone's like ooh, but and Agatha is ooh, but she's a master at it. It's watching a master at her craft, but
my dad used to say he likes those books.
if you like mystery, it is so fun. No one does it like that anymore.
Are the twists like, are you really like, oh my god?
No, it's because she's not cheap like that. She's not a shock jock. Agatha Christie isn't a shock jock.
You heard it here first. Agatha Christie isn't a shock jock.
And by the end, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. But it's
I just started.
You're never like, ah. You're always like, and then by the end, next one, please. But
What
you can't
year are
wait
the
to
books
get
set in?
the 40s. war.
40s,
The war. People
40s.
coming. The
Well,
bookstore
that's
people.
now.
Yeah.
We're essentially at war.
We're essentially at
with
war
a
against the
virus.
virus, and that's an enemy you would never. There's no handbook on how to fight a virus.
Because the virus, the shape shifts.
Well,
Shape
this is
shifts.
gonna. I hope Lori comes out with an album inspired by the virus.
Guess who is gonna play Taylor versus Lord on Club Coming Live on Wednesday?
Who?
Ben Platt.
Oh, that's so fun. Can I be in?
He was like, maybe we can play. He was like, maybe we can play a game, and I was like, how about Taylor Lord?
Fun.
And then I explained it to him, and he was like, I know what it is, bitch. And I was like, is that the real one?
What was I going to say? Wait, maybe Enzo should do Club Coming Live where he does his drag as you. He's desperate to do.
10, or were you just playing?
Oh no, I was just playing around.
Be careful. Do you want to come on the show? Do you want to come on the show tomorrow?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool.
Even though it's during Survivor, I do.
The issue is, can more than one person join at a time?
Probably not. Probably I won't be with Ben. But
But you can just me and you just like do our thing.
I'm gonna public message out to Ben because I know you and Ben text, Matt Rogers and Ben text. Is like, does Ben truly in his heart of hearts care about me? Like if I drop dead tomorrow, Catherine, look at me. If I drop dead tomorrow, would he sing at the funeral?
If you drop dead, I would impale myself on a fence, virgin suicide style.
Wait, I don't know about that.
Oh, you would love that movie and the book. No, it's what you would really love it. It's literally 4 sisters who are like these creepy, weird virgins who are like locked in this tower, and then they start killing themselves.
Yeah. That's fun.
It's really good. Jeffrey Eugenides.
What was I going to say towards?
Oh, what I'm reading. I started reading these short stories. Bad Behavior by Mary Gaitskill. Amazing.
Wait, what is the gay short stories you recommended to me in the podcast?
The gay short stories that I recommended to everyone who listens it's called Cleanness by Garth Greenwell.
Cleanness by Garth Greenwell. I'm having my red.
I think you'd really like it. Someone DM me saying they read it and liked it, and I say cheers. Look what I'm doing here. So
I'm just saying Cleanness by Garth. How many cleanness books can be written by a man named Garth in the world?
It'll come up because it's new. You know what I'm worried about is I haven't, and I don't like being like this, but I haven't shit good since I've been upstate.
You know that it's in our style of comedy, Catherine.
I know it's literally, I hate talking. I did not want to bring this up.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of trying to make things happen with a Starbucks sponsored cold brew, premium coffee drink, 11 fluid ounces of Starbucks cold brew.
I never, I'm a very regular person, I have to say, but I
usually am, but maybe I'm shy. Like, I don't know, like living with a random man.
Yeah. A dangerous man. Maybe you're scared.
A dangerous man. Maybe I don't feel safe.
Now what was I going to say to you? Have you ever been a laxative, Chica?
No, I've never gotten into that cult.
Me neither.
I actually have never. The only eating disorder I have is like thinking about food absolutely constantly and or binge eating. Yeah. I've never really gotten into throwing up.
Oh yeah.
And I've definitely never not eaten.
I didn't mean that from an
interesting
standpoint.
Was what I just said problematic?
I don't think so. I've been public.
It's called true. If it's called true. The truth has problems.
No, I want everyone to know that I used to be bulimic for literally decades, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that's my message of hope.
And I think it's also beautiful to realize that men can have eating disorders too. No one really talks about that enough.
Literally every single man I ever met has an eating disorder, but no one ever talks about it. And that's
me too. And every man I know thinks about his weight and is distressed.
And that's why I never came out about having an eating disorder when I was a teen, because I thought that everyone would know I was gay if I had an eating disorder, because it was such a girl thing. But it's not. But what was it going to say?
It's a guy thing.
It's a guy thing. Next Friday on Facebook Live, Wait, what did I mean to say towards you before we got into this laxatives? I forget, but anyways,
it's all a beautiful blur.
Something I remembered, something I realized more, I should say. Did you know that, don't be mad or take this offensively. I'm saying this to help our production. I think that when you move too much is when it freezes. Now,
okay.
Do with that whatever the fuck you want. I'm not going to put you in a cage and say don't move. I'm just going to say for you to know, for your tool that you have in your tool belt as a construction worker, that that's something that I've noticed.
That's helpful. You know what I told my therapist? I said, I just don't feel like you've given me any tools to deal with these things. And what I want to deal with is why I in a bad mood all the time.
See, I never want my therapist to give me a tool. Like, I hate when I'm like, this is how I feel. And they're like, okay, so maybe when that happens, you can think this. I'm like, I'm not going to start doing that. I just
I
mean like,
kind of like that. But
I,
literally, my boyfriend is such a good listener. He's basically a therapist. I start goofing off.
I,
I start squirting all over the camera.
I think that, I want my therapist to be like, did you ever think that maybe you are a genius? And I was like, oh my God, that makes sense now. Or like, I want them
You
to
want
give
like
me,
Goodwill Hunting?
I want like powerful insights that will like then shift my perspective. I don't want like, imagine my bad voices as a mouse in the corner and I just swat it away. Not that that's been a tool I've been given, but that's something a therapist
I don't think the
would
mouse
say.
in a corner would be helpful.
That's what they say. Not
You know what I'm
mouse.
experiencing right now? Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
You know when you go to put your feet up on like the wooden bottoms of a chair, but they're off and they bounce?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think I know that. Wait, you put your feet on the wooden bottoms.
Like you know how a chair will have like a ring, like maybe a ring, or on the bottom that's wooden,
Oh yeah. And they're
and
kind of.
sometimes that's disconnected, and you're like, balance.
Oh yeah. That's kind of. I can
Cool.
do. Cool. Do you like rocking chairs?
I don't think
That's
about that.
okay.
No.
That's okay.
I like really deep chairs.
I like sectional sofas.
I love.
God, a sectional sofa in a basement. If I'm rich,
It is
God
such a
willing.
privilege to experience a sectional sofa.
Yeah.
When it's L-shaped, that
when-
feeling when it's L-shaped.
I'll never forget the day we got an L couch in my basement. It was the most important day of my adolescence.
My mom
Easily.
never let us have sectional.
We had sectional only in the basement, of course, but it was
Yeah, like you know what she did? She had old couches covered in denim, and those were supposed to be like the fun kids couches.
yeah. I every single Saturday night would fall asleep in the basement watching TV because we didn't have TVs in the room. Wake up on Sunday, kind of like out of it on the L couch in the basement. No one even thinks to come out. Mind you, I have the whimsical TiVo remote. Pop on the TV, VH1 Top 20 Countdown. I'm watching it. I'm like, this is amazing, heaven. Then it would be, these were the VH1 shows, the time on Sunday mornings. That would be my heaven. That would deliver me to salvation. VH1 Top 20 Countdown, but that would sometimes get boring. Then there'd be Fabulous Lives of the Rich and Famous, where they tell you like how Fergie spends her money.
Amazing.
And then there was one more. Oh, like there's like Best Week Ever type stuff.
So good, exquisite.
As a teen, that really saved my life. I have to say, I don't know if those shows weren't on, if I would be sitting here today.
I can hear my lover creepy crawling around. Come on over. Don't creepy crawl.
Army crawling?
There he is, creepy crawling around.
Hello.
Look at the sweet angel.
Look at this hair.
I
It's
know.
absolutely not to be believed.
I love
We're gonna
it.
shave it.
It's fucking.
I think it's hot.
crazy.
I love it. It's like
I
yes,
love long hair.
man.
It's like Weird Al Yankovic.
No, you're not.
You were saying his full name. Weird Al Yankovic. Oh, do you mean Weird Al Yankovic?
Weird Al Y or Weird Al B? Get it?
Yeah. Okay,
Like,
so
as if
that's
there's
the end
two
of this
Weird Als in the
episode.
day.
For Rampa, dog.
Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment.